Hello and welcome back to Anderzbaz. Beat the league, and we're heading back in a time machine. Let's head back to the year 1999. Hello there. Not adjust your television sets. The year is 1999, and this is Beat the League. Now, I know a lot of you be thinking, hang on, this is something different. What is Beat the League? Well, let me tell you. So, using the fantastic 99 2000 mod, I am doing a new challenge game where I take a single season with a Premier League team and try what they did in real life. So, first up is Newcastle United. Now, I think this is probably quite an easy first challenge. They finished the league in the real world down in 11th after an abysmal start to their campaign, which saw 4 losses in the first 5 games and ultimately the resignation of manager Ruud Gullit. Now, I've got a pretty easy task of beating that performance in the league, but we'll see how we get on. Once the season has been completed, win or lose, we'll move on to another team and we'll start it all over again, and we'll replay the 99-2000 season until we get either through the league or to FM22. Now, before we get into the thick of things and meet the squad, I'd like to ask anyone who is new to the channel to hit that subscribe button, and that'll mean you won't miss a single episode from either Beat the League or my regular Tier 11 to the Top series. Now, obviously, if you enjoy today's episode, please hit that like button, give me a big thumbs up, and drop thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this Newcastle squad and maybe who you think we should take on next once we've got through this season. But before we get through this season, let's have a look at Alan Shearer and his friends. So here is the current Newcastle squad, and immediately you'll see at the very top there, Danielson. Now, he wasn't a Newcastle United player, was he? That's correct. So my first order of business has been to sign a new on the left-hand side of midfield. So Danielson moved to Betis for 21 million in 1998, and just a single year later, Newcastle have structured a deal worth up to 20.5 million to bring him to the Premier League. Now, we know he's going to treat us as a stepping stone in his career, but we're only here for a season, so that's all we need. If he wants to leave by the end of it, fantastic, as long as he does a good job. He's only 21 years of age, but look at those stats. Just breathe that in. Look at those mental attributes, that flair of 20, the technical ability, crossing, dribbling, first touch, free kicks, long shots, passing, technique. The list goes on, and his physicals are fantastic as well. He's got a pretty impressive polygon, and I think he is challenging Big Al as our best player in the side. And let's have a look at Alan Shearer. Anyway, look, he's 28, he's in his prime, he's got incredible mental attributes. Look at all of those 18, 17, 18, etc, etc, etc. It never stops. His finishing of 19, first touch of 14, heading of 16, penalty taking of 19 as well. Alan Shearer is the superstar striker, and he is going to hopefully drive Newcastle much higher than 11th place in the league. He won't be out of favour with me. I won't be dropping him for a Sunderland game. There is not a chance he will start every game he can possibly start. And alongside Danielson, I think we've got a fantastic 2 key players. The rest of the squad looks quite familiar if you are familiar with the late 90s. We've got Dabby's Ass, Ferguson, a young Kieran Dyer's just joined the side. Players like Steve Howie, an ageing Rob Lee. The list goes on. Nobby Solano, Gary Speed, Jay Given in goal. We have got plenty of players who I'm familiar with. Hopefully you'll be familiar with quite a few of them as well. But the squad is set. The transfer window has closed. Danielson is our only signing under my chart at least. He's got a fantastic reputation around the world as well, so he is hopefully going to bring plenty of shirt sales alongside that ability on the pitch. So obviously you'll see here that quite a few of this appearance. This is not the first game of the league we have in European competition, and what competition that was. So unlike the real world where Newcastle went into the first round of the UEFA Cup, they're into the Champions League best placed qualifying rounds here. So I'm guessing there are a few discrepancies between real world and what can be replicated in the game, given this that the game itself is set 20 years later. But either way, we've had our first game in Europe, and it's been an absolute mauling of FC Copenhagen. 7-0. Shearer got a brace, Ferguson got a brace, Speed got a brace, and Didier Domi got the final goal. And it was an impressive display by all of our forward players. There's not a player in sight who didn't have a fantastic overall rating. And it was a great start to my tenure as Newcastle United boss. But the first game today, the first game in the league, is away at Bradford City. So let's have a look at the tactics and the starting formation. Get straight into the thick of the action. So here we are. We're going to go with a pretty solid 4-4-2, a gegenpress with a positive men. And as you can see here, the downloaded mod, 99-2000 mod, is fantastic. Comes with a face pack, so all of the players here you can see have got their faces that are correct to the time period. I mean, obviously not every player in the game has, but a lot of the playable leagues, and there are a lot of playable leagues, have got good coverage from the face pack and the kit pack and any logo changes. So you'll see some clubs in the Premiership, like your Arsenals, your Chelsea, have got different badges to the ones they have today. And even the Premier logo there is a time relevant logo. It is fitting with the late 90s, early 2000 time period. But let's have a look at the starting lineup. So we've got Shay Given in goal, a back four of Domi, Dabizas, Howie and Pistone, midfield of that new signing Danielson, Speed, Dyer and Solano, and then up front we've got Big Al and Big Dunk, Duncan Ferguson and Alan Shearer, a formidable strike partnership that will strike fear into any defence in the Premier League. Let's get to the action at Valley Parade against Bradford City. So here we are then, the first game of the new Premier League season. And you'll see that not only does this mod come with a pack for 2D kits, it also comes with some 3D kits as well. So the likes of the Premier League teams, at least, I'm sure, got fully time era specific kits that match what was happening in the real world. And as you can see, Bradford have made a decent start here, but Danielson has got the ball. He's going to absolutely tear through the Yorkshire side. Ferguson has it inside to Dyer. He's a new signing as well this season. I think the only major outgoing from memory was Dietmar Hamann heading to Liverpool for about 11 million. But Newcastle have got the ball into the box. Dyer has it. He finds Ferguson. Solano ends up with a shot, but it's well saved. And it's been an impressive start. Both sides have had good movement on the ball in that first minute, and we're only 4 minutes in now, and we have another highlight. And hopefully this Newcastle side is going to perform as they did in the European game against Copenhagen, where we absolutely ripped them to shreds and put 7 goals past. Dyer has it in the centre. He's advancing well. Finds Daniel, who heads into the box, but he can't quite find Alan Shearer. Dyer does find Danielson though, and he's broken through, and he has scored less than 5 minutes in Premier League debut. That is why we have spent the money on Danielson. Such movement. The header into the box isn't cleared by Bradford. Solano brings it down, finds Dyer, who first time out Danielson's run, and he slots it home. Easy as you like. 1-0, 5 minutes gone. What a fantastic start. 99-2000 campaign. And obviously you'll know that the time, the date rather, is still saying 2019. That's because one of the things that they can't change in the mods is that starting date. So you just got to take 20 years off every time you see any dates. But Newcastle have got a free kick here. Howie sends it short to Pistone. Finds Speed, and Dyer, who had a ball into the box for Danielson in the first goal, has done it again. That is a fantastic move. Once again, Danielson's made the run off that left flank. He's cut inside, and Kieran Dyer has found the ball over the top and caught the Bradford defence. Now it's 2-0 inside 12 minutes. The same goal scored twice almost. Danielson's run's been picked out by a lovely ball from there, and it's 2-0. Newcastle are flying. And we've not even seen anything from Shearer so far. 15 minutes in, and our best player has been quiet because Danielson has just made 2 fantastic runs, and Dyer has found him each time. Bradford holding from the back, but unfortunately for them, Speed gathered it, and it's gone all the way back to Shay Gibbon in between the sticks. Playing it out to Dabizas. Dyer's got it again. Let's check for Danielson's runs. Speed is finding on the other flank and found Nobby Solano, who cuts inside. He's going to shot, but it's well saved once again. And Bradford are still just about hanging on at 2-0. Get past the 20-minute mark, and the home fans are not happy. And Bradford have finally had a shot, but we've got a free kick. Solano puts the ball into the box. I think it's hit the post. Danielson's denied his hat-trick. His header cracks off the post, and it's gone for a corner, which will be put into the box by Gary Speed, who does so. It's just gone flying. Ferguson with a header there, and Newcastle are still piling on the pressure. 2-0, 25 minutes gone, and the highlights continue. This is not good news for Bradford fans. Speed has got it past Dyer, and Pistone out on the right flank here. Ball into the box, finds Danielson, who nearly buries it home, but Walsh has just made a fine save to in, and Danielson's once again denied his hat-trick, but Dyer puts the ball into the box, nearly finds the man at the back post there. Speed is dispossessed by Saunders, and it's gone out for a throw-in. And so far, so good. We've been seeing lots and lots of action, and as you can see, half an hour gone. Newcastle are the only side in the game. Bradford have had one shot. We haven't seen it. And yes, here we go. Half time coming up, and it's been a fantastic performance. I could not have asked for better. I've stepped through the time machine, and I've found goals. 2 goals for Danielson, separates the sides, and we are... Sorry, I've just seen the league table. How did Arsenal do in their opening game? That's not going on right now, is it? No. So that must have been the early kickoff. Did they win 7-0? Or 7-2 rather. Let's have a quick look. Who did they play? Yeah, so Arsenal have beaten Everton 7-2 in the early kickoff. Wow, and there's badges there actually that will note the Arsenal badge is era specific. It's not the new badge. And look at some of the names there. Youngberg got 2, Bergkamp 2, Overmars, Perez, and Tony Adams getting the goal. Jefferson, Cadamartri, and some more names that are just flooding back to me right now. 7-2 though in the opening fixture of the season. Wow. Anyway, back to Newcastle. Will join us again in the second half as we look to build on those two goals and put ourselves up with Arsenal at the top of the table. I don't think we'll quite get 7 though, but fingers crossed. And we are into the second half now. A couple of minutes gone so far. No made any changes, not touched the tactics. The side are looking a little bit uninterested, so I think what we're going to do now after this highlight, as Solano intercepts the goal kick, there are men in the box, and he hasn't quite found Shearer, but he's found Ferguson. Ball over the bar, and that was another chance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to praise the team, see if I can motivate them to pay a bit of attention in the second half. We don't want to get lax just like that. And Lee Mills has got one back for Bradford. This is not part of the second half. The team are looking a little bit disinterested, too complacent. That first half performance was fantastic, but not fantastic enough that we're going to be allowing goals like that to go in. So Weatherall with a free header nods it on to Mills, who finds the net, and the team are fired up, all apart from Duncan Ferguson, who is still interested. Maybe that means he wants subbing off. If he's continue to be uninterested in things, I think that means he is going. So Kevin Gallagher from Blackburn, joining his former Blackburn teammate Alan Shearer up front. As a Blackburn fan, this makes me smile. And we'll make just the one change so far and see if we get a little bit further into the second half before making a couple more changes. Nearly 70 minutes gone. It's been quite quiet since that goal. We'll make a couple of changes actually and see how things go. So the 2 changes we've made are bringing Warren Barton on at right back, switching Pistone onto the left side of the defence, and bringing Domi off. And Rob Lee has come the centre of midfield with Kieran Dyer onto the right wing, replacing Nobby Solano. 20 minutes to go. It's looking a little bit quiet, so I'm going to give a shout of demand more. The last thing we want to do now is, as this highlight comes in before my shout is effective, is concede another goal and go level with the side who've been absolutely dominating in the first half. Gallagher has it, but he sends it. It's cleared well, but speed now on the right-hand side. He's cut inside, finds a ball over the top, has found a Nielsen who nods it down, and Gallagher, great save there by Walsh. That was a very, very nearly Newcastle colours. Corner has moved in and it's dealt with, but only as far as Dyer, who finds himself on the left-hand wing here. Davies puts the ball into the box, but it's dealt with. Speed nods it forward, but can't find one, and Bradford are on the break. Now, this is not, and the highlight is just finished as they were advancing on the penalty area there. 15 minutes to go, and so far this second half, and Robbie Savage for Bradford. I must have signed him recently. 10 minutes to go. Sorry, that was pure shock that Robbie Savage has signed for Bradford. 5 minutes. The game is petering out, but we have a throw in on the far side. Stoney finds Warren Barton. Finds Gallagher, who puts it home, and there we go. That should put the game beyond any doubt. Gallagher gets his first goal for Newcastle after his from Blackburn. Shearer's been quiet, but we haven't needed him. Nielsen and Gallagher have got the goals. He peels away from the defender there, slots home. Easy finish, and that puts us 3-1 up with 2 minutes to go. Savage is standing over this free kick, puts it into the box, and Lee Sharp has been left at the back post, and all of a sudden the game is not beyond doubt. We've got 2 minutes to go and it's 3-2. Bradford are proving to be a difficult side to put away. I think now we'll stay positive. Hang on, has the goal been chalked off? What's going on here? We're seeing the offside lines. And no, it hasn't. I think it must have been a very, very close call. We've got 6 added minutes. Blimey. But hopefully we will not need any more highlights, and we don't. There we go. Full time. 3-2 to Newcastle. 2 early goals from Danielson. Really should have put the game beyond any doubt, but it took from Gallagher to put it to 3-1, and then an even later goal from Lee Sharp to get one back. We were left a little bit tense going into those 6 added minutes, but for the first game back in the 99-2000 season, I'll take a 3-2 victory. Would have preferred goals after the start we made, but I'll take 3-2, and we'll go back to the drawing board and see who we're facing in the next fixture. Okay then, so we are back. It's 1 week later, and we are hosting Chelsea in the second game of the season. Since the last time we have played the second leg against Copenhagen, we played a much changed side with half a goal, and pretty much everyone bar Danielson and Domi as a completely changed first 11. Shearer and Dyer came on in the second half. It didn't make a difference. We lost 2-1. It was a nothing game really. We were 7-0 up in the first leg, so that's basically why there was no point showing you the game. We have with Besiktas in the next round of qualifying. I think after that game, if we win that tie, we will be through to the group stages. But today is all about the Chelsea game. We are the early kickoff on the Saturday. Let's just have a quick look at the Chelsea side. I mean, a lot of these names will be familiar for hopefully most of you doing. We've got Zola up front with Andre Flo, Di Matteo and Deschamps with Lasso, another former Blackburn man in the side. Desai, who's apparently their key player in defence, and Ed De Hoy in goal. It's a really strong Chelsea side, and apparently it's going to be a tough one for us in this game. As you can see, another badge here, the old style Chelsea badge. Before they changed it a few years after this, early 2000s I think it was changed. As you see, they won their first game. They've got plenty of goals in it as well. I believe it was another 5 goals. Yeah, it was another 5-2 over Sheffield Wednesday, which puts them up pretty high in the table. But let's get to the Newcastle side, who will be taking on this challenge. It is pretty similar to the last you saw us. It was Shea Given in goal with Domi, Howie and Pistoni as the back four, Danielson, Dyer and Solano in midfield with Ferguson and Shearer up front. Bring on Chelsea and the second game in today's episode. So here we are, an absolutely packed out St James's Park. Gianluca Vialli's men. And let's get the game underway. And it's an early corner for Newcastle. It's whipped into the box and Alan Shearer there heads it home. One arm aloft in the air, running to the corner flag. And within 90 seconds, who cares whether Chelsea are the favourites? Maric with a corner. Shearer, typical fashion, heads it home. There's nothing the Hoy could do there. And it's 1-0. We are up to the top of the table. Obviously, we are one of a few sides who have played their second game or are currently playing their second game. But what a fantastic that was. 1-0 up inside 2 minutes. Alan Shearer was quiet in the first league game against Bradford. Has headed home in typical Shearer style. And it's 1-0. And we have been the better side so far. They've had more possession, but we've had the chances. And we are 20 minutes in with our second highlight just yet. I'm guessing that Vialli has given a shout from the touchlines as the whole side look to be fired up. 25 minutes gone, and this has been an impressive start, but it's a throw-in for Chelsea on the near side. It's back to Babayaro, who's marauding into the centre of the pitch, but finds Di Matteo. A lovely ball over the top is dealt with, but Zola catches the rebound. Deschamps has got it in the midfield. We are putting some pressure on, and Jody Morris has not been able to get onto it, and we are breaking Wilson down the left-hand flank. He's cut into the box. Will he unleash a shot? Yes, he will, and he's found the top corner. And that is, again, why have we spent the big money? That is case in point. A fantastic strike. Finds the top corner. Look at this incredible pace. He's just, well, he leaves Duncan Ferguson, let alone the defence. And he volleys it home with a left foot. Top corner. No stopping that. 2-0. Our two star players have both got goals. And it's looking like a comfortable victory so far. But we were in a similar position to this against Bradford. We were 2-0 up and comfortable at half-time. And then we let our foot off the gas pedal. Hopefully we don't do a similar thing against Chelsea. We are at home, so hopefully the fans in attendance will keep us on our toes and keep us putting the pressure on the Blues. And we have got to half-time. It's 2-0. Shearer picked up a yellow card just to end the half. But a fantastic performance so far, and it is in front of 35,000 in attendance at Anderzbaz Park. Let's see what the second half has in store. So we are just under 5 minutes gone in the second half. Not much has happened yet, and we are keeping things tight. We've got a free kick near the corner flag. Ash has put it into the box, and Shearer has gone close, but not managed to get his second of the game. Hopefully we things in a similar fashion to the first half and don't let things slip like we did against Bradford. But hopefully we've learnt from that mistake. And as we've got to the hour, Chelsea are looking a little bit poor going forward. We've not seen a Chelsea highlight yet, as Domi is brought down, and that's got to be the second yellow card. It is. Jody Morris sent off, and at the hour mark, Chelsea are down to 10 men, but they finally got their own free kick, and the ball is boxed by Zola. And just like that, Torre Andre Flo, his first goal of the season. And I think we're seeing a bit of a case of commentator's curse here. A lovely ball from Zola. And a bit of a mess at the back post. Flo hasn't put it home. And it's 2-1. Let's make a few substitutions and see what the last 25 minutes has in store for us. So we've made 3 changes with 66 minutes on the clock. Barton, Glass are on the pitch, replacing Domi, Dyer and Ferguson. The fresh legs will allow us to push on and close this game out against 10-man Chelsea. 20 minutes to go. Need to demand a bit more from the side. They're looking a little bit too composed for my liking. Nobody's really responded to that shout. A couple of Pistoni and Solano a little bit more focused, but we've got 10 minutes to go. I think we might need to start wasting a little time. I'm a little bit uneasy with Chelsea being only a goal behind now. I don't care that they're down to 10 men. I'm particularly happy, and we've got a corner. This is where we scored our first goal from, and it's found the head of Shearer once again. He's just skimmed the top of the as Dennis Wise has been brought on for Di Matteo in the centre of the park for Chelsea. 7 minutes to go. Things looking kind of secure, but I'll be more secure in a few minutes when 4 minutes of out of time. It's a little bit nervy, but I think we have done enough. We're not going to see any more highlights. There we go. Full time. St James's Park. Another fantastic victory. A great start to the season. We've been a little bit leaky in defence at times, but 2 victories from 2 games is brilliant. Let's have a quick look at the league when this round of fixtures has finished, and then we'll wrap things up. Okay then, so the whole of the division has now played 2 games with Night Football, where West Ham beat Leicester 2-1. You can see we are sitting in the group of teams who have won both games. So there are 6 sides currently have won 2 from 2. Teams you'd expect like Arsenal, Man United and Liverpool. And maybe a few surprises with West Ham and Derby being up there. But as we say, it's 2 games into the season so far. Lots of things may change. I mean, before I made the signing of Danielson, who you can see here has got a fantastic average rating from those 2 games and 3 goals as well. I thought we were going to be a pretty good shout for a top 8. With Danielson in the side, I think we are going to be challenging for the top 4. I think it's going to be Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, and then us as the 4th best team in the league. You've got your likes of Leeds and Chelsea who will also feature, but I think we are a good bet for a top 4 finish, which is clearly better than 11th, which the real Newcastle side managed back in 99-2000. Before we finish the episode, we're going to have a quick look at the schedule and see where we will return. I think what we'll do is we'll come back for the Wimbledon and Arsenal doubleheader at the end of October. Let's have a few games played in the league and see what happens with the Champions League as well. Get past that international break, and I think we'll face Wimbledon, sentimental favourites for a lot of people, and then we'll travel away to Highbury at the end of October. That should give us a good opportunity to see what our chances are going forward in the league. I think this series is probably going to last somewhere between sort of 6 and 8 episodes. We'll iron out what happens further on along the line, but I'm hoping to get sort of episode every 6 weeks, game time, released alongside the main series as well on the channel. But that will be everything today. Join us next time for the next instalment of Beat the League, when we face Wimbledon and Arsenal and see how well Newcastle can do in the FA Carling Premiership. Thank you very much. I've been Anderzbaz, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.